Good morning, Periscope. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hi, hi, hi. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Hi, good morning. How are you? Great to see you. Good morning. Good morning, moms. Great to see you. Hey, how are you? Good morning, everyone. Look, I'm on fire this morning. Good morning. I'm on fire this morning. God just dealt with me about some things. And it took everything for me to come on here this calm. So y'all bear with me. I'm going to apologize. I may be loud in your ear this morning. I apologize. But I can't change what's going on right now. Good morning. Good morning. Please invite your followers. Welcome to the Power of 10 at 10. For those of you who do not know who I am Kimberly Collins. I'm also known as the Educated Natural. I'm the CEO and founder of 10marketingllc.com. To find out more about 10 Marketing LLC, I invite you to head over to my website, which is www.10marketingllc.com. I'm telling y'all something. The title, I Feel For You. As I was getting ready today, good morning. As I was getting ready today, my mind went back to my childhood. And if you've ever followed me or know anything about me, you know that's an area in my life that's real touchy. It brings out a deep, deep emotional thing for me. It's something that God has been dealing with me about throughout my life. And this morning, that thing hit me, and I couldn't do nothing but lift my hands and give God praise, because when I think back to the time when, as a little kid, standing in what's actually known as the welfare line with my mother at 5 o'clock in the morning as a little child, and my mind went back to looking at my mother's face. We're out there, and it's cold, and we're waiting in this long line with all the rest of the people, and I remember looking up at her one particular day, and I was like, I want to go home, and Mama said, we can't go home until we get food. And it was at that moment that we went through the line, and I remember in this big brown box, there was this long log of what was bologna, and long log rather of bologna, and this huge block of cheese and all these other things in this box. And my mother and I didn't have a car. And we would have all this stuff, and my mom would be asking people, can you give me a ride home? Can you give me a ride home? Now, the one thing about my mother is she was well known. So everybody in the community knew her. So nobody had a problem with helping us get home. And as I sit here today and I think about that, I think about how God always made a way. Even though as a child, I didn't see there was a way. And he always left the door open for us to get what we needed. And a lot of us this day and age that were blessed to come out of something so turmoil as I saw it at that time, seeing where we are today, many of us forget how far God has brought us and how much he blesses us day by day, moment by moment. And a lot of us forget where he brought us from. We see where we are now, but sometimes he has to take us back. Maybe not literally, but sometimes he has to take us back mentally, back deep within our own psyche for us to remember what he brought us through. And today, guys, I must tell you, the only thing I can think of right now is to tell you that I feel for you. I feel for those of you that sit there and say, you know what? I did this by myself. There was nobody that helped me. I did this. I put in the blood, sweat, and tears. Nobody did this. But you forget that late at night when you were crying, when you had those people on your trail, those naysayers saying to you, you would never make it. The ones that said, I know where you come from. They didn't make it. You're not going to make it. Let me tell you something my mother told me as a young kid. I remember sitting in our living room in the projects in our two-bedroom apartment. And who lived in that apartment? My mother, my stepfather, myself, and my two brothers in a two-bedroom apartment. And I remember standing in the living room looking at my mother and said, I want to leave this place. And my mother looked at me and she said, Kim, God is going to provide for you. One day, this is only going to be a distant memory. He's taking you right now through this time in your life to show you. So when you get to that point in your life, when he brings you out, you are going to look back at this time and say, that was my start place. That's where I started from, but it's not where I'm going to finish. You see, I promised myself as a young girl that when God gave me the go light, I'm going to get up out of the projects running. I came out running out of the projects like I was on fire. I knew that that was not where I was destined to be all of my life, but it was destined at that time, at that moment where I had to start. See, some of y'all had rocky beginnings. Some of y'all had places in your life where it felt like you were in a bottomless pit. You felt like you would ever get out of that thing because you were in so deep. That's how I felt as a young child. Some of y'all right now as full-grown adults may feel that exact same way. You feel like no matter how hard you work, you're still not getting over or ahead. You feel like no matter how many people you inspire, you feel empty on the inside because nobody is coming and inspiring you. Sometimes some of y'all work to like midnight. Some of y'all work till 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning and still have to get up and get your kids off to school. Have to get up and get on camera and motivate other people, speak life into other people. And all you want is somebody somewhere to come to you and speak life into you and replenish you. But let me tell you, allow yourself to go through that experience right now, because I can tell you, just like my mother told me as a young child, this is just your beginning, baby. This is just the start line. When the gun goes off, you take off running out of here like you're on fire. Some of y'all are sitting there complacent. I feel for you. I feel for you because you're standing there in your own muck and mess, acting like you don't know what you're made of, acting like you don't know who you belong to and were created by. Get out of your own head. Get up and get moving. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning. Maybe it's snowing where you are. Maybe it's raining. Maybe it's cold. But it does not mean that gives you the right to quit and to stop. There is still work to be done. There are people out there that need to hear your story. There are people out there that need to see your face. There are people out there that need to have what you have to offer. Stop sitting on your own hands. Take your hands, raise them up to the sky. Thank God every single day that he allowed you to breathe another breath. Thank God every single day that he allowed you to get out there and be able to inspire and pour life into somebody else. Even if you have nobody pour life into you, he replenishes you. He is the source of your strength. He is the strength of your life. Give it over to him and let him guide you. Today I told you he took me back. He took me back to the place in my mind of some of my most horrific memories. Things I did not want to remember. Things I no longer wanted to address. Why? Because he's taking me to another level. He has to show me exactly where he brought me from for me to understand where I'm going. See, a lot of people want to say, oh, I love now. I'm making 6 figures. I no longer have to think about all the things that I went through. Wrong. You have to go back, because you never know that when that moment may come, when something may happen in your life that could put you right back there. I want you to remember those times when your heart was broken. I want you to remember those times when people said no to you, and you knew it was destined for a yes. I want you to think back when people told you to stop, when God told you to go. I want you to think back when those same people that you uplifted turned their backs on you when you needed them the most. I want you to think back to the time when you reached in your pocket and the only thing you could pull out was a piece of lint. I want you to think back to the time when people told you you would never amount to anything because of the lifestyle that you came from. I want you to think back to the time when you cried tears late at night and there was nobody there to help wipe them away. I want you to think back. For me, I had to think back to the day I laid my mother to rest as a 17-year-old girl. I had to think back to the time when I laid my only source of strength at that time to rest when I turned 26. I would have had to think back to those heartbreaking times so I would know that this day, if I can make it through those times, I can make it through whatever the enemy brings my way. It doesn't matter if I have to stand on this platform alone. It doesn't matter if I don't have a single person that come pat me on my back. It doesn't matter if I don't have a single person to come and say, great job, Kimberly. I know that I'm doing what God destined me to do, and in him I find joy. In him I find victory. In him I find everything that the world may not come back and replenish me with. In him, he is my source. And so therefore, I don't have a problem standing on this platform alone. I don't have a problem standing in my business alone. I don't have a problem doing the things that God destined me alone, because he is my strength. Today, I have to tell you, I feel sorry for you. If you've forgotten where you come from, if you've forgotten the things that God has brought you through, I feel sorry for you if you've forgotten to raise your hand even right now and say, God, I thank you. I thank you that only thing I had today to eat for breakfast maybe was a piece of toast. I thank you for that piece of toast, because there is somebody in this world who didn't even have that. I thank you, Lord. Only thing I got in my pocket right now is a quarter. I thank you because there is somebody right now out there on the streets in the cold, waving through the elements. I'm in a house. I have clothes on my back. God, that could have been me out there. So I thank you today. So I feel sorry for you if you have not given God thanks and shown him and been humble before him for the things that you do have. But there is a flip side to this. Some of you need to thank God for what you don't have. Thank God that you're not sick. Thank God that you don't have an illness. Thank God that you're not broke and disgusted. Thank God you're in your right mind. Thank God that the things that you do not have, that somebody that you do know has. Thank God your husband is home every single night. Thank God you have a husband or a man you take care and raise your kids together as a family. Thank God, because there are some people out there who don't have that. Some people are single parents raising these children on their own. And these children nowadays are facing all sorts of things that we can only pray for them to get through. Thank God for the things you don't have. But most importantly, thank God for your life. Whether you think it's good, whether you think it's bad, whether right now you think it's just purely ugly. Thank God, because as long as you got breath in your body and you're able to see the sun rise one more time, that's another day. He's giving you another chance to get it right. Don't miss your opportunities. I don't want to say I have to feel sorry for you again, because from this moment forward, you're going to go throughout your day thankful. You're going to go throughout your day remembering just how far he's brought you from, and you're going to go throughout your day giving him the praise, the honor, and the glory every single second of your day. Remember what he's brought you through, so that when he takes you to your next level, you will understand that it was all worth it in the end. My name is Kimberly Collins, the Educated Natural. Thank you. If you ever want to find out about me, if you ever want to be a guest on my radio show, The Journey and Meeting of the Minds, I encourage you, I encourage you to go to my website. Once again, that's www.tenmarketingllc.com. I look forward to hearing from you. I look forward to working with you in your business and helping you go global. Until the next time, everyone, I hope you stay blessed. I hope you continue to take every opportunity to be a blessing to others. And until the next Power of 10 at 10, or until the next showing of The Journey, a Meeting of the Minds, which is Wednesdays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern at www.thejourneymastermind.com, I hope you enjoy your journey.